up now. SB on the scene, taking over the dudes who give a fuck about lean. Got bread, no burger. I'm a SoCal king. You ain't hit the Tunchi right. She is zoned out green. Now I'm about to serve her to this chick full. I'm a tourist, bend over. I'ma ram you like a bull. Bing bang.
What's up? It's your boy Stupid Bars. You already know what it is. I just touched down in town. Came to sit down with S.L.A.M, shoot this interview and let y'all know what it is.
Stupid Bars, man. How'd you get that name, bro?
I got my name from one of my close friends. He like a more so an OG. You know, he had a clothes shop. Shout out to Poe. Do certain things, and one day I was chilling in there and was playing instrumentals, and SB was always my name, but it stood for Stack Bread. And one day I was playing instrumentals and these dudes came in and they was like, oh, you know, that's hard or whatever, you know, like started over. So they got like a little cipher cracking. And Poe had came out the back and was like,
oh, I bet you can't out rap my boy.
So like I started to beat over and then I jumped in the cipher and then they was just sitting there and he was like, oh, that's my boy Stupid Bar. And I was just like, oh, you know what?
Well, I like that.
And I kept it ever since.
Like, man, this boy be spazzing.
Yeah, you know, I'll be doing my thing a little bit.
Like, that was just the time frame, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers was spitting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, people listen to, you know, like Cassidy or, you know, more the move, like the battle rap was cracking, you know, like, so everybody was trying to punch lines and, you know, that's what it was. But I, you know, tried to put my own little twist on it, so.
So, like, around, like, what age would you say that you got that name, bro?
08, 09.
Okay, so you would say that was like the real start for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this music shit.
That's like when I took that name on, it was just like from that point forward, it was just like up and away.
And how long did it take you until y'all formed S.L.A.M Squad?
Well, we was always kicking it, but I don't think that we like put it together till maybe like 2010, 2011.
Y'all really formed S.L.A.M Squad? Like, what type of impact would you say that had on OC at that time, you know what I mean?
To be honest, I kind of feel like, you know, that was a real big impact on the county. You know, it was like, a lot of us was out here doing it. You know, timing is everything, and I kind of feel like that's exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? And it was just a spark that united, brought more to the county and exposed more in the county. So, you know, everybody was getting that exposure.
When y'all made that song, I'm from OC.
Nigga, I'm from OC. Where ain't no vacations, it's blood niggas, crip niggas, GDs and Haitians. SH Jamaicans, a gang of them Asians. The city on fire, with S.L.A.M Squad blazing from harbor to beach. They out there getting paid.
Like, would you say that song at that time was like the biggest thing kind of flowing through OC?
Yeah. Like normally, like I'd be humble, but it's like, but I mean, yeah, I feel like at that point in time, I feel like that was like one of the biggest things at that time, if not the biggest thing in Orange County. Like unity is everything. There's nothing wrong with doing what you want to do. You know, because everybody is their own man. Everybody got their own team. Everybody got their own squads. But it's like, you know, unity brings a lot more eyes. It brings a lot more attention. Everybody is in cahoots. You are exposing not only yourself to other people's, I don't want to say fan base, but like, you know, other people's sections. And it's like when you mess with each other and it's like everybody is circulating, you know what I'm saying, that expands. I mean, it's always a competition, but it got to be a friendly competition. Like, you don't need to really it's causing separation. So now you're making like the other people kind of like choose sides. It's like when there's unity, it's like that's first, that's second, that's third. It's like, bro, we all finna go.
Exactly.
You know, instead of causing a division or a divide.
What would you say would be like your most favorite song that you favor? You know what I mean?
My Way.
I ain't really got a problem, I'm just living me a great life. I've been eating like a great white. Okay, hold on, showing love, but it ain't right. So my face staying blank right. Only smiling in bank lights. Yeah, I need a dope boy. Somebody better tell Cube that. Now I'm chilling with the homie, yeah, we riding with the roof back. Drama coming, I'ma juke that.
My Way.
Yeah, I don't hit on nobody, I just get it my way.
When did you drop that song, bro?
2022, I was just in a different headspace. You know, I kind of feel like, you know, it was certain things going on and certain things being said, and it was just like, that's not what it was, you know. And I don't indulge in online beefing. You know, all that. People are gonna say whatever they say, you know what I'm saying? Whether you do good or you do bad, people always gonna have something to say. So it was just like, when I dropped my way, that was just like, that was my way of letting people know, like, bro, like, I'm not worried about you.
Clarification.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm not worried about you. I don't need to talk about you. I don't need to do anything, for real. It's like, bro, like, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do it my way, and I don't need to hate on anybody. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying, block everything out, and I'm gonna just do what I want my way. And I kind of feel like, you know, when I do things my way, I get a better outcome than somebody else trying to lead.
Yeah, I don't hate on nobody, I just get it my way. Did a whole lot for nothing, like OT had to cut it. I don't hate on nobody, I just get it my way. Now I'm pumped up like button, forgetting my past like a full-blown concussion. It ain't all of a sudden, I've been feeling like this for a reason, you feel me? It ain't no need for bluffing, no season for ducking. I'm right in your face now, you can't see cause you face down. It ain't nothing left to say now, look what I create now.
The time you put into the music and stuff like that, like, what would you say, like, is a time that stood out to you the most, bro?
Every time that I've done music is I kind of feel like stood out. Might not stand out the same way, but it stands out. You know, like S.L.A.M Squad, when we had our time, stood out heavy. You know, after everybody went their separate ways, I moved out of state for a while. I don't know, I took some time off, so a lot of time actually, but when I came back, I linked up with Maserati Sales, and that stood out in a different way, because now it was like, you know, I was in a group, but now it's like, here I am, but now I'm reinventing myself, letting you know who I am, alone.
Fuck up on me once, I gotta cut the lady. Now stay far away, cause I can't trust the lady. I gotta change my number, fuck keeping in touch with lady. Then block her on the gram, she might go tagging crazy.
So then, you know, we had we had a good run, and then it was like when I came back again, this time where now it's just, you know, I took what I soaked up from both of those times and applied it to me just now being alone. And I feel like even right now, like, I feel like I stand out in a different light.
Right now you're just talking about the different chapters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when you first started music, you know what I mean? Like, was it like something that was just so natural to get out here and get on the mic, you know what I mean?
Music has always been natural. So I started writing music in 5th grade. My mom had a record deal in the 90s. It was on the same label with Wyclef.
Okay, shit.
And you know, so music has always been a part of my life. And then it was like, you know, but my uncle, he rapped. My other uncle is a producer. So I feel like music always came easy. You know, like basketball was my first love, and then it was music. As far as like writing and being able to just hop on a mic and, you know, do what I love to do and write, always came easy.
You know, coming from just that, you know what I mean, and finding music so early, what would you say was the biggest, like, downside to you with the music?
The downside of it is
Politics.
S.L.A.M Squad signed our first deal. You know, you have this vision of when you sign a deal and you get there.
Right.
A quick wake-up call.
You know, we signed our deal. We went to
A Hollywood penthouse party.
and when we walked in, like being like, you know, in a regular room or a house, you know, but instead of it being walls, it was glass. And like you could see what was going on in the room.
Kind of like, you know what?
Cat Williams and them be talking about like,
Right.
oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no.
We're sitting at this table, and on this table is different substances. The owner of the house comes and does what he does and then offers me some, and I'm like, nah, I'm all right. I don't indulge, you know, I don't mess around. When he got up and he was like, oh, you know, whatever, my house is your house, walks off, and my manager grabs me and was like, hey, like, you know, like when these rich people offer you something,
You do what they say.
quick wake up call. No, I'm solid. I'm a man before anything. You know, like they trying to groom you. It's like, you know, like that. And that's just the first level. From that point, I kind of felt like, you know, I started to see. And I feel like just the politics and, you know, like the stuff behind the scenes that
really don't see or hear about.
is the downside.
You know, you got Meek Mill over here, you know what I mean? Cheeks out, you know what I mean?
That's heavy.
Would you say that that's one reason why, like, you don't really, like, you know what I mean, like, just be putting music out?
The drive is still there. I just, maybe the meaning behind it is different now. I definitely don't do it for the same reason anymore.
To you, what's the biggest difference between, like, MySpace, the beginning of, like, the music scene changed, you know, originally?
I think the biggest difference is the attention span. It's not the same, you know. Like, you can like really enjoy and feel, vibe and listen to music. Three minute in songs, you know, 4 or 5 minute long. You know, you just taking it in, and then now it's like, you know, you get 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
There's so many people out here that don't
different
value
artists.
the music and don't value the craft. You know what I mean?
I feel like they don't appreciate it as much. It's more like a hustle than a passion.
Now we still getting money, nigga. But this time, if you find a 50 in here, I'm pussy.
Yeah, the direction of music has just kind of changed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that. I mean, that's huge too. You know, like it's more so what they
Are promoting.
the most has changed. When hip hop first started, it was like you talked about what went on in your neighborhood, what you seen every day, life.
Right.
Now it's just gun violence, you know, ratchetness, you know.
Right.
Positive music is there, but you gotta search for it. The negative music
It's thrown in your face.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like when people see like that's what it is that could get you there or is gonna get you that exposure, that's what people lean more into.
Hey, it ain't stopped yet, baby. Let's go, let's go. If you find a 50 in here, I'm pussy. If you find a 50 in this motherfucker, I'm pussy, nigga. Rambo, Hollywood, fuck. I wipe my ass with this, nigga.
There was like one thing that you could think about that you would want to change how things are. You know, what would it be, bro?
To get back to the positivity.
For me, just knowing music, I would say right before Chief Keef came out, you know what I mean? Music was positive, it was dancing, you know, you had Lil B, the bass god out here cooking it up, you know what I mean? And then Chief Keef came out like 2012, whatever, you know. I feel like ever since then, that started that whole wave of, you know.
Drill music. Music is very trendy now. The trendy stuff to be posted, but it's like then you gotta really dig to find the music where they're being themselves.
It's important as an artist and for you especially, you know what I mean, just to be different in yourself because that's how you create that though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely feel like everybody should be themselves. When you are trying to follow a trend only lasts so long, for one.
Right.
2, you sound like everybody else. Somebody does something first, that's more so where people generate their eyes to. You know, so it's like even though you trying to follow that wave, you're not finna get the eyes like that person got the eyes. So I kind of feel like the more you be yourself, once somebody get their eyes on you, they have something to gravitate to where it's like, you know, I can expect this from this person that ain't like nobody else. So I'm gonna stay here for, you know what I'm saying, for that. Like most people make the following the trend the majority of what it is that they're doing.
If they cared more about the craft, you know what I mean, then they would just get more done for themselves and then they would be different, they'd stand out.
My sole purpose is to better myself and try to better those who are around me, motivate those who are around me, those who follow and watch, you know what I'm saying, give them inspiration.
So shit, bro, I'm looking at your YouTube, you got this song, Wasn't Living Right.
Wasn't living right. What I did in the night was the same in the day. I had to get a life, so survival of the fittest. Now I'm seeking forgiveness. Me telling them no, turned into fuck it, I'm with it. I wasn't living right.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, so wasn't living right. It's more so, you know, I was raised in church, especially like being like in Ohio and growing up and everybody going to church with the suits on, the hats with the feather.
I'm already knowing.
You know, I grew up like that, you know, in the church. My aunt is a missionary. My uncle is a pastor, faithfully. And it was like, you know, once I left and came out here and started growing up and going through life, and then it was like being in the streets, you know.
Kind of took over.
Family calling the phone, saying they pray I come home. But I'd rather smoke, pop these pills and drink till I'm gone. I'm just cooling niggas tripping while they egging me on. Get into it, then my fool or someone brains could get blown. And it don't matter where we at, we bout to get it in. Inside the club or hookah bar, we hit that switch again.
It's eating at my soul, but I'm doing this. But I really don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just got to a point where I was like, man, you know what? I'm out here. Let me just go with it. I'm in and out. That's it. I'm knee deep here. Pretty much wasn't living right is like me battling myself to get back to who I'm supposed to be. You know, so like I wasn't living right, you know, but you know, I had to find me and here I am.
You want people to know about you, just go tune in.
Yeah, I mean, I might not be, like I said, might not be trendy to where I'm like, you know what I'm saying, putting in, doing all of this different content and being wild and all that. Nah, like, bro, like if you want to know anything about me or you got any questions, bro, I wear my heart on my sleeve. My music is definitely all my experiences throughout life.
Stuff that you're dropping right now is just kind of like your current vibe, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, if you want to know how I'm feeling, go look at my newest snippet type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all that.
What kind of homie, fuck your bitch, what kind of bitch, or fuck your friend. I'ma show y'all why I keep peeping life through this lens. Baptizing, leave them cleansed. They too dirty, fuck a wrench. Take a seat and buckle up, cause this pic full of suspense. These are my thoughts in the shower.
You mentioned, you know, wanting to see more positivity within the music, you know what I mean? What time frame would you say was the best for you with the music shit, you know what I mean?
The mid 2000s, I kind of feel like it was
There was a shift.
yeah, maybe late 90s, early 2000s into the mid 2000s when the South took over, because everybody, you know, every region has had their time, you know, like it was a time where it was, you know, Twista and Bone, and you know, you had Pac, you know what I'm saying, yes, you had Biggie, and then in the 90s, kind of feel like once the South got a hold of it, unite more, you know what I'm saying, like when you had the Cash Moneys, you had the No Limits,
Yeah.
you know, T.I., you had the Outkast. It was just like, bro, like it was just so much of everybody working together to make it
Bigger.
and
Then it wasn't.
You made a good point where, you know, back in the day, it was definitely like a coast thing, you know what I mean? That's why you had people repping the West Coast, East Coast, like you said, the South. But now it's more like a state-based thing. Like, how do you think that changed, you know what I mean? From us repping the whole coast and being proud of, like, just people around us. Do you think that was the unity aspect, you know what I mean?
yes, because it's so watered down.
Right.
And everybody is trying to do it, and there's so many people in this state, and so many people in that state, and so many people in this state, and that's kind of like the trendy thing, you know what I'm saying? Like you find somebody that is good, and then like you start tapping in, but then it's like who they collabing with? Oh, let me go dig into them, and who they collabing with? Let me dig into them. It's not more so like, oh, you know, like the whole West got it cracking, you know, YG, Game, Snoop. I don't feel like it's not like that anymore.
Game and 50 was probably like that time. That was the last of like that type of shit. You feel me? I would want to say like the West, because I feel like the Game when he came out, he brought the West back, as he would say. You know, at that time for sure. And I remember around that time, that's where the mixtape era was cracking too.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you had hella motherfuckers out here, bro. That's whenever I was doing my shit as a kid. You know what I mean? And you had like all types of motherfuckers. That's when y'all was in more of a prime, I would say, you know what I mean? Would you say that you seen like some movement in just music at that time? Like people was really like trying to put the West on type shit?
Yeah. You had the Game. The Game came out and got it popping.
Right.
even like a little after him, Schoolboy Q's, Kendrick's.
Right. And they just ignited that shit.
Yeah, it was there again.
Yeah.
The fire definitely was there.
Like the game, he sparked it, but then you had what he
and the Nipsey's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, don't let me forget. Rest in peace, Nip.
Kind of like sparked all them people you're mentioning, though. You know what I mean? For sure. So
people used to pick my brain all the time, and I'd just be like, man, I don't know. Like, I used to just be one of them people, like, I just want to do music. That's it.
Don't talk to me type shit.
Yeah, like, bro, put the beat on. What's the topic? All right, I'm finna just spaz and kill. And then it just got to a point where having conversations with certain older people who I was doing music with, and it made my brain tick in a different manner.
There's always something to obtain, you know what I mean?
Oh, man. You got to be a sponge.
And that's why they say it's important who you surround yourself around. Take and feed off of anything, you know what I mean?
That's how life goes.
Yeah, that's how life is, you know what I mean? And
I'm drunk as hell and my brain gone. They think I'm super gnarly, standing on top of a car with 2 bottles of Bacardi. Man, your shit is whack. Welcome to my party. Get straws dropping and jaws locking. I'm about to Matt Hardy.
Everything was a party for us at that time. It was just like, bro, we young, we living life, we popping. That was when we first signed our first deal. We was doing a lot of different shows, and it was just like, we popping, like, bro, we just bottles all the time, Every weekend it just seemed like, just life was up, and we wasn't coming down.
Hell yeah.
So it was like, we out here getting white boy wasted. They call us gnarly, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a full-grown Tasmanian. Go hard, Spazania. Hit anything I want tonight. You hate, so ain't no taming him. But ain't no framing him. Fuck shoelaces, I'm tripping. Why you mad? Cause your girl flipping. She see me act all different like tonight, the last night, and the next night for an instant.
On that time, y'all definitely was just like in the city, like.
Oh man, we was everywhere.
Spotlight.
Everywhere. I ain't gonna say it wasn't nothing that you could tell us, cause we definitely listened, but the attitude was like, bro, you can't tell us nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because, at that time, I don't think that anybody else had a record out like that, you know what I mean? Your guys' run, man, like, what would you say that run was like, man?
What, 5 years?
So y'all was just dropping, like...
Crazy. We was everywhere. Here, we was going on tours up and down California, Vegas. We was all over.
Y'all was dropping just song after song. What really happened to the group, you know what I mean? Because obviously the group split up. How did that come to a point, you know what I mean?
An agreement that we wouldn't do this one specific thing. And agreement being broken caused a shift in the other two. At that point, it wasn't any repair. Everybody needed their time. So we separated.
It was something pretty deep then, man, because something to separate.
It ruined 5 years of building
work.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I mean,
that was heavy.
Could you say, like, stepping back till now, it was worth it, the whole thing? Because it's like, if that wouldn't have happened and y'all kept going, y'all would have been like going crazy. Because y'all at that time was probably the biggest thing in OC as a group too.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, I really feel like if we could have just got past it, we would be, and like, bro, the sky was the limit. It broke any barrier. Like, I just,
because all the right different personalities in there, different styles. At the time, y'all was going crazy. You just had to be together, unity. You know what I mean? The unity is getting kind of fragile. You know what I mean? Like,
I could definitely feel the shift even before we figured out that the agreement had been broken.
Okay.
It was certain things would happen, and certain people wasn't coming around, or so I could see it. I just didn't know what it was.
Right.
So when it came to the table, I was just like, I knew it was something, but I just didn't know what it was. Now that I know, I'm like, bro, like, we need to try to get past this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, from sleeping on floor to eating spreads off of one box.
It's deeper than music.
And like, even though that got broke, like, bro, we could still, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've been through enough. But when you got different egos, it's just like, now it's everybody's for self. And once that happened, it was just like, yes, it's a wrap.
Speeding up to right now, like, how it all panned out and shit, like, you think that everybody else would feel the same way? Like, I hope we just would have, you know what I mean?
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Where I'm at. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, first split up, I didn't even want to do music no more, to be real. And everybody that I know was like, nah, man, like, you know, we always thought you was the one, you was the face. And I was like, I never felt like that. I always felt like we're collectively the one.
Right.
You know, but, you know, everybody had their own opinions. And it was just like, you know, my passion for music runs so deep, like, bro, like, I can't. I feel like when I don't do music, it's like a void that can never be filled.
Right.
So it was like, you know, so I'm like, you know, once I got to a certain point, you know, and all of us have talked, you know, and, you know what I'm saying, some of us still talk. So it's like I just got to a point where I just had to be myself and be happy and content with the situation and just, you know what I'm saying, keep doing what I love to do. I'm definitely happy. Do I wish that we could have stayed together? Yeah. But am I happy with how I got it going right now? Yeah.
For me, I feel like y'all would have really, like, been that for OC, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
man, that would have been huge.
You would've,
for Orange
really,
County. Like, that would have brought so much attention.
Y'all would have been, like, the real, like, creators of the juice at that. The term Juice County, like, in your mind, like, when did that hit the city? You know what I mean? Like,
I would say, like, when I was, like, 19, like 2007, around that time, you know, we had the Juice County All-Stars, you know.
right, the mixtape.
You know, the Juice County All-Stars, you know.
With Champ on there.
Champ, M.A., Guillotine, H-Dub, P-Dot, you know, Beezy.
Buddy P.
Yeah, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it hit for
That's
me.
Juice County.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
sir.
Kick Squad.
Yeah, man, I remember that tape.
Mommy in the club, damn, I see you working. Say she got some girls, trying to get it jerking. Show me where they at, what you talking joking. Show me where they at, what you talking joking. Bitch, I'm buddy. Last of the great ones, you fake ones disappear when the cake comes. Juice right here, y'all spitting the loose. Paper boy in the hood, I ain't bringing the news. In the club, seen your girl like, she came with you, but she staring at. So when you drop her off, she gon' call my phone.
Yeah, I was right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was right there in the cut, you know what I'm saying? Still writing. I might not have been on there.
Yeah,
I didn't make the cut on the tape,
Yeah.
but I definitely was like around, and you know what I'm saying? That, Problem too, you know?
Yeah.
That was definitely a time. Officially, I want to say 3 or 4 mixtapes, maybe 5.
With Slam Squad.
Right. I think we had 3 just us, and then we had 2 with collectives, where we had Chicago ATM, Mac Mode, Too Nice. So it was like pretty much like from here to Palm Springs, and then we had another one where we had like Joe Moses, YG, and a couple other people on there that never got released.
Yeah.
But for us officially, we had like 3 or 4, but we was dropping so much music. You know, it was just like, it was music everywhere, but official mixtapes. But we only had like somewhere between 3 and 5.
When y'all had to let everybody know there's no more Slam Squad, what the fuck? Like, how was people reacting to that shit, bro?
I feel like that was like, you know,
devastating.
Jay-Z and Beyonce was breaking up. Like, it was just like, nobody could believe it. I couldn't, shit, and I was in it.
Yeah, no, bro, he was not feeling that shit.
It was definitely not a good. That was devastating.
Yeah, that for sure was devastating. Because before then, all you're thinking about is Slam Squad. You're just thinking about the group, you know? Like, when you're a collective like that, you don't think about just self, you know what I mean? So, like, when that's gone, it's like redirecting, you know? You gotta figure out, like, man, like, I'm good. I know I'm good. Got confidence. I know what I'm doing. But, like, it just don't feel the same.
It doesn't. It took me
because your soul was in it differently, you know.
Yeah, it took legit. I took a year and a half off.
Yeah,
not dropping. I didn't drop no music. I didn't look at a booth. I never stopped writing, but it was just like I don't even want to. Like I said, I didn't want to. I didn't even want to do music no more. Like it was that devastating. And I was crushed.
You see what y'all did to
You
my
know.
boy Slam Squad? Y'all
You know what I'm saying? I mean, put me in a different mind state and created a different monster.
A point in time of like growing and growing up too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely took some maturity.
Yeah.
Mentally, spiritually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Emotionally. Oh, too cool for school.
Cool for school, man.
Oh man,
Cause I
you
know
know,
y'all motherfuckers wasn't going.
man, that was the whole topic. You know, I'm too cool for school. Like wearing a hat on campus, as Hectic would say. It's funny too because two of us enrolled at Cypress College, but was just like, you know, like, man, we're gonna try to do this, that, and the third, and it was just like, man,
Wasn't working out.
yeah, no, this ain't it. You know, we know how to get some money. We gonna do what we know to do. You know what I'm saying, and be out here in the streets. You know, where we shouldn't have been, but you know, it is what it is. So that was pretty much like the whole topic of the song. Like, bro, like, man, we finna get it how we get it. Not telling you not to go to school.
Right.
School is just not for certain people. It just wasn't for us. We felt like, you know, we was too cool for school. You know what I'm saying? We was on a certain level, trying to get somewhere else. You know, it was just we was just too cool.
I'm too cool for school. I guess I'm playing the play. Bitch niggas want my number cause they heard how I been cooking. I'm in California, they way out in Brooklyn. The police they can't stop it cause they got me in booking. But what they can't know is they close friends super crooked. I'm too cool for school, no one tripping while I'm chewing. They already know to get down. This is super stupid, see I'm working stacking bread.
Whenever I was like 15, I was doing the camera shit, and I wasn't really into school myself.
Right.
Like, you're in your own lane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in your own
you
pathway.
doing what you feel is best for you.
And like digital,
wasn't
like video
popping.
wasn't even a thing really
that
yet.
wasn't
you know what I mean?
popping.
That shit came in like 2010, maybe 2009
Mm-hmm.
or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Where everybody starts shooting their own shit. You know? What I mean?
Yep, that's exactly when it was.
Yeah. The way it seems, bro, it seems like once you kind of went off on your own single thing, like you just didn't find the same purpose anymore.
It wasn't the same. I felt like,
you know, you start living life too, like
that's it, and that's
building
it.
you as a man. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly what it was. And people started to be like, you know, like more relatable. It's more real. Everybody can't relate to I'm from OC.
Right.
Everybody can't relate to being too cool for school. So now it's like, now when I drop something like, you know, I'm just here to be your friend.
Right.
You know, like they're like, damn, like, hey, bro, like, you not lying. Like, bro, like, you are a really solid friend. Like, anytime somebody need me, like, you're there. Like, somebody can always call and vent. Like, you know how many people can relate to being like that? And I kind of feel like that's why I say I'm happy now. You might not see it in the beginning, but it's like, bro, at the end of every year, I see the numbers and I'm just like, damn, like, that's crazy. Like, we'll take the last 2 years, for example. Like, bro, I went, like you said, like $1 million. Like, what's $1 million? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but I hit that on my own. I don't know, no promotion, no nothing. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who knows the numbers we was doing back then? You know, like we was doing numbers, but it's like now I'm just by myself with no promotion. I'm not even,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, out there like that. But the traction's still there.
Right.
And it's like, it's a different feeling. And I respect it more now too. You know, just being by myself and doing it by myself. So, yeah, I don't hate on nobody. I just get in my way.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine. And I love it, like what you say. And that's why everything goes together now. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, like, I'm grateful for the time of being in a group. You know,
Yeah.
But it's definitely different when you walk into a studio and you can record something the way you want to record something. You don't have to worry about somebody like, oh, let me hop on that. Oh, man, well, let me do this, or we should change that and then put this and do that. Like, nah, like, bro, this is exactly how I want it to be.
Right.
This is my creation. Every chapter stands out in its own way.
Hell yeah. That's for sure. Different time frames, you know what I mean? Different things you go through, you know, different types of music you made. Going back to that deal that y'all signed with the S.L.A.M squad, like obviously there was some like money involved with that shit. Like, did y'all get like some bread or no bread?
No. Nothing. We had 3 different deals and never got no money.
Okay, so then what was in that deal, bro?
The first deal That's why you need people, you need lawyers when signing contracts. Like, oh, we just need you to sign right here, sign right here, and then it's like next thing you know, it's like you guys have to pay for your studio time. But come to our studio and pay us. You know, the only label that we signed to where they didn't do that was Serious Pimp. They looked out for us. You know, that's how we got the song with Jackie Chain, and we got the song with Compton AV.
Okay.
You know, like. I feel like even though it wasn't no money involved, they did us the best. They treated us the best. I don't think we really didn't make too many bad moves. The only move I feel like that we made that was bad was bringing in a fourth person.
Okay, and who was the fourth person?
I'd rather not say name. She was a very talented person, or is a very talented person. If we never did that,
the group never breaks up.
Because you bring a female into the mix anyways, right?
And you make an agreement, and the agreement gets broken.
I get where you're coming from now, bro. Damn,
the subliminal in that.
I understand.
That's why I'm just like, you know, and I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus or nothing. That's why I tried to keep it, you know.
Come on, bro.
But, you know.
That's crazy, and I mean that's the stem of a lot of things, bro. Is some girl or whatever that don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
You know,
because where's she at now? You know what I mean?
Stuff happens, you know, and it sucks. But I think I kind of feel like that was probably like the only decision. Yeah. Like I kind of like if we didn't bring it to the group, if it would have just been like, oh yeah, like you do music, cool, like you know,
man,
we could bring you as our artist. Then that would have been a little different over it being like part of the group and then making the agreement and the agreement getting broken. That might have been like the only decision that I kind of like, damn, I wish we didn't do that.
If it was like that, then that's some shit that could have been like looked at in like 3 months and said, why did we do that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or 2 weeks or whatever. You know.
Yeah,
it's not worth like everything you building, you know what I mean? If you ask me, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why I said, like, bro, we had 5 years worth of stuff and it's gone just because of one situation.
I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't fuck with that, you know what I mean? It can never be over that, you know what I mean? But
it shouldn't be.
No, yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shame, bro. I mean, because, like, you know, just like we talking right now about just the history of S.L.A.M Squad, you know what I mean? And
right.
To just find out, you know what I mean? Like, nah. So,
we gonna have a party at the gas station. I
almost want to end it now, you know what I mean? I think that's gonna end it, bro. Nah, man, we might have to end this shit.
Alright, you know, look, this was a great sit down, a great interview with K. Solomon, some boy, Stupid Bars, man. Y'all tap in and stay tuned.
I bet they happy, ain't no sad faces. Stupid bars, I'm just here to grip that ass right. Nigga long in this bed, here's a flashlight. Baby got an attitude, give her that air right. Started left, splash right, that was last night. Pulled up, it's party time, see that's evident. Them bottles that's on nice, keep it relevant. It's euphoria with me, you ain't never win. What a night you getting wings like you haven't seen. This big gang got a lock, you can't pass painting. Now this picture looking better than a past painting. And you might have a man, but that ass vacant. Welcome to my party at the gas station.